Good morning, everybody. This is Carlos here with Top Dog Mobile Detailing South, about to bring you into the next video of the series. So I've been asked a lot of questions along the way. Is detailing a young man's game? I don't think so. Here I am, almost age 59, 60, and I'm still going strong with detailing. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why it's not just a young man's game, and how long and why I've stayed detailing for so long. So in this video, I'm going to give you my advice on how to feel young along the detailing business. Stick with me and we'll go along and get some answers. So for me, in the number of years that I've been detailing, I think one of the biggest things I've learned from customers is they sometimes are not sure what they want. They'll call up, say, hey, I want an interior done, I want an exterior done. What do you offer? And then you kind of have to find yourself educating and asking some basic questions to the customer as far as standard. What type of vehicle do you have? What color it is? Because I've always found that black, red, and white vehicles are the toughest three vehicles colors to work on. Number one, I have to give you reasons along the way in future videos. But then they want to be educated. You should educate them on if it's leather, if it's never been treated in leather. What kind of condition is the carpet in? You know, is it plastic? Is it true leather? Do they want a standard finish? Do they want a shinier finish? And then you really have to kind of get through the basics in the interior, and then go to the exterior and ask, obviously, the color. Number two, type of finish they're looking for. What weather environment are you dealing with? You know, you need to really recommend and help your customers out as far as longevity also of your work and to protect their vehicle. When it comes to the type of customers, as far as customers that are a little pushy and maybe, you know, are kind of set in their ways, it's a good thing to try to work with them, make them believe that what they think is right, but you also want to educate them too. If they're going to be spending the kind of money they are to have a professional detailer come out to their vehicle, you want to encourage them along the way, and you kind of want to point out things that you see in the vehicle that by you being there and you offering a service, you could definitely improve the outlook of their vehicle. Whatever type of vehicle it is, whether it's a boat, a car, RV, you know, you definitely want to give them some options to be able to kind of spend their money a little wisely, and then explain to them why you want to do these things to help them out. Ultimately, you know, they're going to push for certain prices. You understand that, but you have to explain to them why the price is not exactly that, because what it's going to take to do it, the product cost, you got to push with them also. And make them understand you are in the business and whatever you're using does have a product cost to it. There's been a couple of times where I've had some customers really say to me, you know, this is all I want to spend. You know, you're going to do this, that, exactly what I want. And, you know, I'm not going to pay for any more. Which is fine. You know, once again, you kind of have to, let them know you are paying for the service. I'll be more than happy to provide whatever services you want, but you got to make them understand and tell them it's not going to be what you think it's going to be for that price or for the amount of service you want. And explain to them if you don't, you just want to make sure you're very clear. Sometimes I've had a form where it just kind of explains exactly the service you have, paying for it, and then that's it. So when you're totally done looking over the vehicle, they're going to know exactly what they're asked for is what they're getting, so you don't end up with a bad reputation or somebody writing a bad review also. What do I do to make sure I have enough energy for the detail? Well, I'd be a liar if I said I get up in the morning, I do 100 jumping jacks and 20 push-ups and I'm out the door. This kind of has to be on a continuous basis. I normally find myself, my wife and myself, we find ourselves at the gym, I would say an average of 5 to 6 days a week. You know, my wife's always been very fit. You know, when I was working full-time at UPS, I used to go all the time to the gym. I used to be jealous of it, but then I got past that. I said, you know, one day when I retire and I'm still detailing, I'll have the time to go. So plenty of water. Now, we lived up north, so obviously hydration was very big along the way. I found myself, I can't be a liar and say that I drink like I should, because I don't, but a lot of times I find myself thinking about it. I say, you know what? I got to do a lot of drinking of water. I live in Florida, so, shame on me for not drinking as much water, but I'm pushing myself, and she's big on pushing me to make sure I drink plenty of water. So water is that. Gatorade is not a bad thing, even though people say it's bad. It isn't, not in this heat environment here. Definitely need the electrolytes. Carbs, definitely I would suggest carbs. You definitely want to push the carbs in you because your muscles do need all sorts of nutrients to kind of really make them work. I happen to be one of those kind of, I don't know, they call it, maybe I'm a little weird, eccentric, but I spent 20 years in the Marine Corps and 34 years at UPS. I don't drink and I don't smoke. Not going to be a hypocrite and say I never tried it, but it's just something I never did as a child. I just, in high school age, I just never kept up with anything like that because I was more into athletics. So those are some of the things that have always kind of helped me out. Vitamins, those type of things. I looked at protein shakes, take them, and we've kind of looked at different nutrients that kind of really help us out throughout the years. As you get older, you need more. Not going to be a liar. But so those are some of the things that I've used to kind of help me along the way. I think as far as my goals first and what I want from detailing, number one, my goals, I want to be able to kind of have steadier work. I like the fact of having steady work because I can kind of plan out, have some accounts that I know I'm going to be working on to constantly keep a good reputation with my customers, keep them happy. So that's one of the biggest things, have a constant flow of work coming in, get well known for what you're doing. There's a lot of competition, a lot of detailers, which is great. Like I say, there's plenty of vehicles for everybody in this world. You just have to get your portion of the work that you can handle. I'm only a one-man operation, so I can only handle so much, but I continuously try to strive for more. What do I want eventually? Eventually, I want to be able to train some detailers to work underneath my name. Top Dog Mobile Detailing South, here out of Land O'Lakes, Florida. So that's what I want. I want to be able to train some people that really care about what they're doing. They have a long-term investment in it. And, I could kind of move them along the right path to stay consistent. And, maybe sometime in the future, down the line, after years, they may be working for me. Maybe they want to branch off. I understand. But for right now, I definitely want to build a crew, which I can continually start mainstreaming the business portion of it, look for the business, find the right clients, and continuously get my crews working on vehicles that come in. Another thing I was kind of wanted to spend my time doing a little bit while I'm detailing is building a detailers community. In other words, having detail forums out there where you can get together, talk about ideas, exchange. I mean, I'm not the only one in this business. People have done it probably longer than I have. People have great ideas out there. Detailers I've seen from different states have come up with ideas that have helped me out along the way. So I'm also going to be forming a Facebook group. And, if you want to join, the link's going to be below the description. So please jump aboard. We're going to set a time and a schedule where you can come in the Florida area and start up some conversation, give each other some ideas, and kind of help each other nurture our businesses, through the time. One of the things about having a family and detailing is this, how do you get your wife, how do you get your significant other to kind of be a part of, encourage them, and kind of help out in the business from their own end. Everybody has different career paths in their family. Not everybody has a, husband and wife that is a doctor, lawyer. People have different career paths. So in ours, I try to encourage my wife. I came up with the name Top Dog a long time ago, so I called her Little Pup. So I kept the Top Dog and Little Pup, and got them all T-shirts, and they were out helping me out from the get-go, and passing out flyers and talking to their friends, and kind of encouraging along the way. Money, I'll be honest with you, my wife loves when I come home and I got a little bit of money, and she gets some cash. She loves to have a little extra spending cash, so I try to give it to her. I mean, a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of money, because she's she washes my towels, take care of different things for me, does the shirts. So she does her fair share also along the years. She's been supportive of everything I've done. So a little bit goes a long way, I find. Include them in the Facebook my website, about me page, things, information. Now, I put her in. I kind of started to build more down here in Florida, so I'm going to be including her in. My 2 dogs, I'll take pictures with them also in it. One daughter lives here locally, one daughter lives out of state. So, where I can, I'll incorporate them in. And my stepson, somewhere along the line, I'll shoot a video of his vehicle that I did for him, put him in. So try to get everybody in the family integrated into the business at some point and somehow. That way they kind of feel a part of it. If you have any ideas, suggestions that you've used that work great for you, please let me know. Definitely don't have all the answers. I just try to get some ideas going by myself. As I said, a one-man operation, so I've tried to do a lot of things on my own. So in this video, I've covered some information. Those are my tips, my suggestions, my ideas, right, wrong, those what I've used. That just kind of works for me, especially now, like I said, being a little older, I keep a little more tabs on what I do. If you have any comments, suggestions, please drop them in the comments below and then let me know. Also, make sure you like the video. Keep that in mind. You may see my little dog, my little top dog dog coming across the video at times, but then follow me on Instagram at Top Dog Detailing South. Look for me there. I try to put some stuff on TikTok. I got it on Facebook. And like anybody else, just trying to kind of bring in the business to kind of move myself along. But other than that, you guys have a great day. And as also, they say in the Marine Corps, Semper Fi.